Yes, it is World Theatre Day, and in terms of the grand celebration, we put some focus on the Central Bank Auditorium, a very unique space, a stage I've been able to grace over the years. I always enjoy working in that particular space. It's a technically sound space, and we're going to get some great details. With us from the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago, we welcome Christine Nanton-Winter, the Assistant Manager for External Relations. Good to see you.
Hi, Jason. Good morning.
Morning, morning, and happy World Theatre Day.
Same to you.
And the man, when you go to the space, he handles the operations, all right? Our Auditorium Operations Officer, Joseph. Jeffrey, great to see you.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
I was going through the notes, and that was the first question when you all came in. It's basically suggesting that the Central Bank Auditorium is the first of its kind. And the wording was very specific. What makes the Central Bank Auditorium space really the first of its kind? Because it's not the first space for the creative arts. We would have had Nanton-Winter Bowl and Queens.
Yeah.
But what makes that space so unique?
Well, as you said, as I told you, the operative word being of its kind. You know, yes, we had Little Carib Theatre before, Queen's Hall, Trinidad Theatre Workshop, all of, these spaces were there before us. But what we did with the opening of the auditorium, we brought the technology and the whole administrative process to another level. We provided a space that was modern and specifically designed for the performing arts. So we brought on board professional lighting, professional sound, an acoustically treated space. So we took it up a notch. And carried that whole experience of going to the theater to a more modern environment.
I want to bring Christine in because I heard that it's went to even another level, because during the pandemic you all closed operations. Obviously nowhere could really facilitate shows. So I guess you all took the opportunity to do some more with the space. What would have happened during that time regarding the renovations?
So actually we renovated the space.
The space was actually renovated back in between 2009 and 2012.
Yeah.
That's when we scrapped the whole building and did a complete renovation.
Complete makeover.
Yeah.
But specifically to what happened during COVID, of course, we used the opportunity for a lot of virtual and online production. So we did have some performances in the space. And we also launched our website. So just about a year ago, we launched our website, which is centralbankarts.org.tt. And that is really sort of a culmination of the bank's commitment to the arts, because, of course, in addition to our auditorium, we also have the museum. And so the arts website really brings together both of those spaces as a place for not just learning about the spaces and about the history, but certainly also to showcase. So on the auditorium side of the website, you'll see some older performances and some tribute work. And so for us, we felt that it was important, just as we look to the future, in terms of just creating that repository.
Glad to know that stuff was still happening during the pandemic scenario. People were using the space, as it were. World Theatre Day, what is the auditorium doing to mark this grand occasion?
Well, we put together a video, an 8-minute video, actually chronicling the movement of auditorium from 1948 with Little Carib Theatre all the way up to 2015 and the Shore Park Complex in Tobago. So what we did, we identified year by year as you go along in a timeline kind of format. So you would know when the Carib came into play, who were the main players, and we all know that it was founded by Brian McBurney.
Yes.
And going all the way up to Nanton-Winter Bowl, Queen's Hall, San Fernando Creative Arts Center, all the way up. And you get some information in it. It's supposed to be historical as well as information as well and educational, to kind of whet your appetite to delve more into this theatre in Trinidad and Tobago.
And I guess that's all part of the greater responsibility of the auditorium, sharing this information and history, as it were.
Absolutely. And so for us, it is a reminder for us, just in terms of the long history of performing arts in Trinidad and Tobago, where we came in sort of midway, and how we helped change the trajectory of it, the outlook of it, enhance the quality and standard of performing arts. And it's also a reminder for us to keep doing that as well. The bank continues to invest in the arts. I mean, we have the art space. We are working on a number of projects to also bring in, I suppose, infuse some new talent as well. So, I mean, Jason, you'll have us back in a bit so we could share a little bit more about that.
Most definitely.
But certainly, we've been looking into opportunities to just continue to build community, because, of course, that is an important part of the space, not just for performance, but for community and bringing people together.
In the minute we have remaining before we wrap things up this morning, how does one book this space? That's always been a kind of question in my mind. What's the process? What's the request? Like you come in, you sit online, and I guess you have to also identify what kind of show you want to do in this space. So what's the process with booking?
As Christine said, we recently launched our new website, so everything is online.
Online now, okay.
Yeah, so the website is, well, it's really two websites, right? Because we have a unified website with the Central Bank Museum, which is centralbankarts.org.tt. But specifically for the auditorium, it's auditorium.centralbankarts.org.tt. Once you go on there, you just move around, you're going to see the booking information, get information on what shows coming up as well, and much more. You know, so we encourage people to go on the website, have a look around and see, and be entertained actually. And you can do your bookings and everything there one time.
Well said. Beautiful space. I did something last year for my alma mater, Belmont Boys Secondary, that's St. Francis College, had their concert there.
Right.
Great show, and I stand up on the stage and I said, look at, I mean, it was, I cannot remember as a school child getting an opportunity like that. So even the children who get to grace the space, I know it's one that will inspire them and keep them energized to continue
it's all about
in the arts.
It's all about
Absolutely.
Well done, and kudos, and happy World Theatre Day.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us, Jason.
Most definitely. What a great way to end the program on this Monday morning.